Hi vlog. So I'm filming this finally on my freaking laptop because my phone keeps running out of storage. Sorry, I just burped, but you know, I'm eating. It's fine. Anyways, yeah, my phone keeps running out of storage and like I'm debating whether I should buy like a vlogging camera or something, but also even the cheap ones are like $300. Like that's basically how much I earn in a week. More than, but like, you know. So I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. Anyways, but right now, I really want to talk to you about something, and you don't even know how much effort I've been through trying to like delete things on my phone and like figure out how to like film. And then I was like, I give up. I'm just gonna film on my laptop. But yeah, so here we are. I'm drinking some coffee in my Harry Potter mug. It says, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good, which just says me, you know? Starbucks K-Cup, it's mocha flavored. I know Starbucks is problematic, but also there's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism, you know? So, yeah. Anyways. I just had a really good conversation with my mom, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So, basically, I'm studying for the LSAT because I want to be a lawyer now. And I'm taking it in December. And this is the third standardized test that I've like studied for. So the first one was the SAT, and then last year I studied for the GRE, and now I'm studying for the LSAT. The LSAT is by far the hardest, obviously. I mean, it's the LSAT. But oh my god, like it's just something I've never seen before, and it's really interesting. Like there's like it's very like logical and stuff. And like most people I talk to, they're like, yeah, it's so interesting and whatever, but it's like, but it's also hard. Like at least for me, it's really hard. Like this stuff doesn't come naturally to me at all. And it's just hard. And like what happens with especially standardized tests for me is like, I just start thinking I'm like very stupid the minute I do something wrong and I'm not getting it, you know? And then that just brings me down into a hole where I don't even want to study, and I just get very like hard on myself. And that's like a theme in my life. Like I'm just very hard on myself at all times. Like that's something, you know, I go through in therapy and stuff because like I'm a huge perfectionist. So like I'm a perfectionist about how I look, a perfectionist about my career, a perfectionist in my relationships. I have to be like everything for everyone, and how much I love. I'm just very extreme in everything, right? I just have to be perfect, which is something I'm working through. But like, I think it's also not me entirely. I think it's the society that we live in. I think it's being a brown person where you're very, in our culture, in South Asian culture, you're very expected to be perfect. You have to have this like perfectly packaged life, right? So that's kind of like drilled into you. And then, you know, everything's so competitive and like show-offy and weird that like it's like drilled into you, right? So I don't know, it's weird. And like shit, man, like whatever career or like whatever LSAT score or like whatever intelligence you have, level you have, it doesn't really say anything about you, does it? Like that's what my mom and I were talking about. Like she gave the example because I was getting really down on myself this morning, and I was like, oh, like I need to be more positive, but I can't. Like I'm having such a hard time staying positive while studying, and the minute I make a mistake, I just, you know, that mistake defines me, right? And she was like, listen, like some people are going to be really good at standardized testing, and like some people are going to be really good at school, or like they're going to be really brilliant, and like you aren't that, and that's okay. Like it's fine. You don't have to be like a genius, you know? And I think another thing is like all of my best friends are basically geniuses. To be honest, like they're all very brilliant. And I love them for that. Like there's no like jealousy or anything like that. But I think something that happens is like I compare myself a lot, but not in a bad way. Like I would never want anything bad to happen. Like I'm so incredibly like beyond happy for every success that my friends have. But then when I fail, I'm like, oh man, like everyone else around me is like so much better. Like why am I failing, you know? Which is like a weird thing with me, you know? And I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so my mom was, telling me, like, it's fine. And then she gave the example. She was like, listen, like, I'm a lot like you. Like, I'm not, like, my uncle, her brother, is, like, one of those, like, brilliant people where, like, he can get things really quickly, that sort of thing. And she gave the example, like, yeah, I grew up with your uncle, and, like, if you just told him something, he would just get it immediately. And for me, like, I would take, like, a really long time to understand things. But once I understood it, I could, do it. But, like, and I saw that throughout my life where, and in meetings, other people around me would understand things quickly and I wouldn't. And, like, I guess I always knew that, like, about my mom. Like, again, like, I'm not calling my mom stupid, by the way. I just knew that, like, sometimes my mom, like, you need to explain things, like, a couple times to her. But, like, it just clicked because, to be honest, like, I don't look up to anyone the way that I look up to my mom. Like, my mom is, like, the top person in my life. Like, I mean, my parents are, but, no offense to my dad. But, like, but I really, really look up to my mom. Like, I think she is the queen. I love her. Like, I don't love anyone else. She makes me do crazy things. Like in the sense that, like, I don't know. I can't put into words how much I love and look up to my mom, to be honest. But I think she's the queen. Like, I think she's amazing because she's incredibly strong, incredibly giving. Like, she can handle things. Like, she's so responsible, and I've seen her handle situations, like, terrible, crazy situations with such ease, and I'm like, holy crap, how do you do that? And my dad does that too, but, like, I don't know, when I see my mom do it, I'm like, wow, like, you're amazing. I don't know, you know how, like, in movies when you, like, see the kid and they just look up to their mom and they're like, oh my God, that's how I see my mom. So I guess, but I know that this is, like, one of her shortcomings or whatever, but I was like, wow, why is it that aspect of her, she would see a standardized test and do just as bad as I would do, or, like, it would take her, like, we have the same brain in that sense, So why is it that it says something about me, but that says nothing about her? Like, my mom's, like, standardized test ability or, like, intelligence, she's intelligent, but, like, she's not brilliant, to be honest. Like, she's not, right? And that says nothing about her as a person to me. Like, I see her as, like, amazing still. It says nothing. So I'm like, why do I let this, like, intelligence thing define me when I don't let it define anyone else? Like, what? I don't know. And it just kind of, like, threw this light bulb on, and I was like, you know what? Like, screw it. Like, fuck it. And I'm gonna say fuck. You know what? That's who I am. I swear. So I'm gonna say fuck in my vlogs and stuff. But I don't know, I shouldn't let this shit define me at all, because I don't let it define anyone else, and it shouldn't, like, but I'm going on and on, but, like, I think that's the issue, right? It's like everyone else defines you by that. Like, every conversation you have, like, everyone keeps asking, like, what are your plans now? Like, no offense, I know that nobody means anything by it when they ask me, but it's like, just leave me alone. And, like, it really, like, who you are, where you are in your career, all of this stuff, it all defines you, when what should really define you is how I define my mom, when I see her goodness, when I see her heart, when I see her strength, right? Those things define who you are as a person, who you want in your life, not, like, getting a 180 on your LSAT, like, what? Man, but I just wanted to, like, get that out there in case anyone that's watching this is also struggling with career stuff or, like, whatever else. Like, this shit just doesn't define you, and it shouldn't. It's like, fuck anyone that tries to define you by that, and, like, don't let those people try to bring you down or, like, make you define yourself in those, like, stupid terms, like, those superficial terms of, like, what's your LSAT score, or, like, what school did you get into in college, or, like, are you going to college? Like, fuck them. Like, you need to be a good person. You need to try and be strong, or, like, you don't have to be, like, you do you. Just you do you, and don't hurt people, and just, like, work on yourself as a human being. Like, that's all that matters, is, like, how you treat other people and how much goodness you put into the world. That's all that matters. What the hell? Anyways, I just wanted to get that out there, and I really needed to talk about it. So yeah, also I'm gonna start vlogging from now on, like more often. So I guess this is my first one. It's gonna be unedited AF. So yeah, watch it if you like. Okay, I'm out.